Today I've come to the River Balder, and this is in County Durham. The river actually starts probably about a mile further upstream from here, and it starts off where various becks feed into it to become the actual River Balder. And you'll probably see at the moment the water levels don't seem to be very high. And the reason for that is that we've not had any rain up here for probably 2 or 3 weeks. If there has been any rain, it's been very, very little. Behind the camera, on the other side, the River Balder runs down here and it feeds into a series of reservoirs. So this first reservoir here is Balderhead Reservoir. It was originally built in 1961. It was finished in 1964, and it was finally flooded in 1965. The reservoir is about 1 3/4 miles long, and at the end of that then feeds straight into Blderhead Reservoir. That then feeds directly into Country Reservoir. So there's 3 reservoirs all straight in a row. This was the last one built, and it was basically to increase the water capacity that was being caught from the River Balder to supply water to Teesside and Teesdale. And the whole reservoir is probably fairly low, again, because we've not had any significant rain during the last 3 weeks. I've walked down from this left-hand side. I've parked the car probably about a mile and a half along the road there. So it's about a 1.5 mile walk down to here. Now you can get further up the river there to the point where it starts, but you have to take a different track at the very top of this hill. It runs right across the very top there and runs around the back, I presume, all over the top of the ridges. It is possible to carry on walking up this way, but it goes up all along the top there. It then runs quite a distance back that way, further away from the reservoir, before you can then walk along. This reservoir for sure isn't one that you can really walk around, certainly around the edges. You have to view it all from a distance. So it's only certain points like this where the river joins the reservoir that you can actually get to it. There are car parks right at the other end of the reservoir where you can again get up to the edge of the reservoir, but there's not really anything in between. Now I have had the drone up already. It's quite windy here. With the drone, because I didn't really go too far, hopefully from the height you can actually see where the river winds through all the hills there, but I don't think I've gone far enough to see where the actual river starts without having to actually walk up that way a fair bit. And you'll also see from the pictures what the walk is like up from the other side. I've just walked on the top of the hill here. If I just turn the camera around, you can see where the whole reservoir runs all along there, and where you can see the blue at the most distant at the end there, that's actually where the end wall is of the reservoir. So you can just about see the whole reservoir lengthwise from here. Back at the car now, and this is what they call the Balderhead West car park, which is about the most furthest along the reservoir you can park. This is just typical of how close you can get to the reservoir all along both sides. And now you can see certainly all the end of the reservoir down there. This road carries on here probably about a mile. It's about a mile and a half drive, and then you should be able to park up right on the left-hand end wall at the end for the reservoir there. This is the dam end of the reservoir, and vehicles on the end there is where one car park is, and you can see the full length of the reservoir now, and it obviously just goes around the corner slightly to where the river starts, and there's the tower, which I'm guessing is where the water runs out through to the next reservoir, which somehow runs underground down there through there, and that is Blderhead Reservoir in the background there. There is also a car park at the other end here as well, so it's an ordinary road. It's fairly narrow, just a few speed bumps on there, but at least you can get to both sides quite easily. By the looks of it, there's no water whatsoever going down that sinkhole, and you can see now how low the water is before it actually spills over the top of it. So we're probably about, I'd say 2.5 meters heading towards 3 meters that the water level is down. Now there must be water still flowing through here somewhere. I'm guessing probably in the main tower there. There might be something, or there's going to be some other pipes underneath, because down the bottom there, in this first bit, there's still water in there by the looks of it flowing down from here. Now I don't know how well the microphone picks up on this, but there is actually quite a bit of water coming down there, certainly far from its fullest amount that you could push down there, because I'm guessing this mound that's in the middle there would normally be covered, and there must be some form of a scientific way that mound is there. I'm guessing so it splits the water around the full width here, so that it doesn't just come gushing down all in one line. Now I'm not sure what these all are. They're on both sides. The only thing I can think of is, should there be a massive deluge of water come down, when it breaches these side walls, by going over there, that they're helping as some form of a breaker to again try and break up the flow of water. If it gets to the height of over this wall, it's still a bank there, which is where those next bits of concrete come in on the sides. It's like another breaker wall here. Should that be breached, and it would be going over those little concrete pillars that are sticking out on the sides there, this would hold it up to a certain height as well before it allowed to breach this side. And then we come to really calm water here. Obviously there's water flowing through because of that lot, but it's really calm and barely moving. Just shows you how small amount of water is feeding through to fill up the next lot of reservoirs. So that big wall up there, mound of grass, is where Balderhead Reservoir ends. The feed pipe down the bottom there, running all the way through here, under this bridge, out through there, and then into the next reservoir.